So be after this. The lawnmower here. Grass high as hell. Wait on some of y'all to pop in. Nobody yet. I've been live 22 seconds. Ain't got nobody here to visit. I'm talking to myself now. I'm talking to the Sasquatch. And since ain't nobody here right now, I was out here by the woods already. I'm like, what, y'all ain't gonna tell me bye? We got all the trouble y'all caused me. You ain't gonna say bye? And I heard a whistle. And I said, did I hear that whistle right? And I heard it again. So that's for real, just happened. Had a conversation with the new owners. That was a tough conversation. I thought it was going to be a tough conversation to have. Turned out it was a lot easier than I thought. My dad did the right thing, stepped up, talked to him over the last 2 nights, told him about the documentary that they come out here and shot in November and everything. And I'm glad he did that. So I didn't seem because he was, hey Donna, was telling them about everything. And they don't have any young kids. Youngest one's 18 years old, no grandkids. They actually seem kind of excited about the prospect of Sasquatch being on the property. Just say nada, brother. Good to hear from you, man. I'm gonna go sit down here. We're gonna chill. I'm getting ready to leave. I gotta load my refrigerator up. Oh, damn, I'm so tired. We're just gonna sit here and chill. I know y'all can't stand all that heavy breathing I do into the phone. It gets on my damn nerves. But I'm fat. I don't smoke, but I'm fat ass. I wish I could say I was gonna miss this place, man, but I'm not. I don't feel like nothing leaving this property. It's like the only good memories I have of this property are my children, and we'll make new memories at our new house. It's been a long road to get to this point to finally get to a closing date. They put a bid on this property back in January. Just now closing this morning at 11 a.m. And I had to talk to them new owners, man. It was on my heart. I can't be that type of hypocrite to be talking about wanting to make people aware in rural parts of Oklahoma specifically that these creatures exist, and then not tell the people that are taking over this property what has happened. But they kind of got into the conversation. Like I said, my dad told them quite a bit about the documentary and that they casted footprints out here and all this other stuff. And I don't know really exactly what all he told them. I didn't know he told them anything at all till I started talking to them, and they're like, yeah, Rocky told us. Shot a documentary, y'all cast footprints and stuff. And I'm like, really? Didn't know that. I said, well, it's going to make this a lot easier for me to do this today. So I said, they wanted me to walk the property with them. I said, well, let me give you the dime tour then. So showed them the pictures of the ones behind the leaning tree. Then we walked over to where the leaning tree was. All the snap trees that's right over here laying down, crosses and stuff. Showed them that. And told them that they've never been aggressive. They've never shown any type of aggression or any type of retaliation when I have shot at them early on when I was trying to come to grips with that they existed. Uh, I said they never did anything in retaliation. I'll say that. I said very few times did they ever throw rocks, and they never growled at me really. Um, don't mean I trust them. And I told them that the problem that I had with them was that they were so persistent, which is out of character for them to expose themselves and put themselves in danger of being discovered or shot. And they knew that I knew about them, and I was putting shit in place to keep them off my property, because somebody don't go from having no game cameras to having 29 game cameras around their house for no damn reason. And they're smart enough to know the purpose behind that, and all the security cameras that went up after that also, and other security measures. But they were so persistent to still approach the house to watch the kids. It's the persistence that bothers me. Other than that, they never was aggressive. But y'all that just tuned in, I walked out here to the edge of the woods. I'm like, what, y'all ain't gonna say bye? I said, all the trouble and shit that y'all caused me, and you're not going to say bye? And I heard a whistle. I heard a straight up whistle, and it wasn't a bird. And I said, did I hear that right? You whistled at me? I heard it again. It whistled again. So I guess that's them telling me bye. So they're not following me to the fucking house in Arkansas. Yeah, they whistled. And I said, did I hear you right? Did I hear you whistle? And it whistled again. Sure did. And because I thought maybe I was just hearing a bird or something off in the distance, but it whistled again. And it was melodic. Not the most melodic whistle I've heard out here, but definitely more. What's that out there? Something moving right there. I'm seeing it. Must be probably a deer. Something zoom in on it right in there. Something brown. I'm trying to hold this camera steady. It's my phone. Amen to that, James. Time to let go of the Bigfoot. Time to let go of all of this out here. No, they're not going to follow me to my new home. I've always lived in the country my entire life. I've lived in rural areas to where I've never had a hardline internet ever. Never had like DSL or nothing. I always had to have country ass internet. I call it like satellite dishes and shit. The place we're living at, it's actually in a suburb area and stuff that they're gonna have to cross over interstates and streets and bicycle lanes and everything else to get down there where we're at. I know Scott Carpenter says that they follow him into his subdivision, but I guarantee you where we're living at, we're gonna have to go by a bunch of damn crackheads to get there and shit in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So there you go. I see him. Was that deer right there? He didn't realize I was here. He took off running. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I knew it was a deer. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all being there for me, supporting me and my family. My wife and kids are actually up here now. My wife hasn't been here since September of last year. When she came up, she won't come to the property. She made me rent a motel room in town for a week while we finished up getting our stuff together and doing this closing stuff and things like that. She said, I'll come to Oklahoma, but I ain't staying on that property. So we've been in a motel room this week. So they come out here during the day. She'll come to the property during the daytime, but she won't spend the night out here. So I don't blame her. I was surprised she didn't come back to Oklahoma. This is the first time she's been back since September. And we're meeting the people to pay for our house in Arkansas this afternoon. And proud to say that we're not going to have to finance it. We've been saving, like the Chris Stapleton song, been saving for a rainy day. Let's beat the storm and be on our way. That's kind of our motto. We've been saving up some cash, and then we stimulus money and income tax and various other stuff we've been putting back. And, you know, we got to do some work on the house, but we're paying cash for it. So where we're planning on being. That's the better part of the school district down there. And yeah, I did watch that Ontario Sasquatch. He's got some hell of. I thought I had me some pretty good footage, man, until I seen that stuff that he's got. All those footprints and the speech and stuff. And I've been really watching Ron Moorhead the last few days and his theory on the quantum physics stuff and now the multi-interdimensional and how they pull this stuff off and it kind of explains the hey Uncle Bones, the orbs and all that other stuff. I know that's the woo side, but I've had a lot of woo shit happen around here, and I'm fixing to work on my own kind of documentary. I got to looking through all my Google photos that's in my cloud last night. And I said, man, you know, I'll just put all these pictures and videos together, like the family and personal photographs and videos and stuff, and along with the Sasquatch stuff, and you can see how everything changed along the way. Just put all the photos and the videos in an order. It kind of has some words kind of go over the photos and videos, and just let the photos and the videos speak for themselves. Uh, I'm I thought I'm really going to do that. My wife kind of got pissed at me last night because I was spending so much time downloading photos and videos off the cloud to put them on my laptop and start putting that together. But it's going to have a lot of humor injected in it and stuff. But because I got some crazy photographs, just me and the kids and wife and everybody just being goofy and everything like that. So, but I'm going to put all that together, make like a video of that, and just kind of let the pictures and the videos, the personal photographs and videos, along with the stuff of this from the security cameras, just let it tell the story itself. And because there was stuff that wasn't in the documentary that Carrie left out. And I think that when you see all this stuff together, even videos that don't have necessarily Sasquatch or evidence in it, but it helps fill in the gaps between videos, that it are you talking about Ron Moorhead? Oh yeah, Thinker Thunker did the analyzation of the Sierra sounds. Yeah, I've seen that. But I'm gonna put all that stuff together, kind of put some words in there with it, kind of like make it like a meme. I'm gonna put that up sometime when I get time to work on it. I don't know when I'll get the time because we're supposed to have to get down on this new house, and we still got moving to do. We're only halfway done with this. As far as we're done with Oklahoma, we still got a lot of stuff to do in Arkansas. So we still got a mountain to climb. So, but this will be my last time here, hopefully. Talked to new owners. I said, look, if you need to get a hold of me, call me. I got some friends that are still here that'll be glad to help y'all out if you feel like you need help or if you need answers and stuff. I'll be glad to. I said, nobody knows this property and the events that's taking place here better than me. I said, feel free to call me. And I said, first piece of advice I'll give you, pay attention to the behavior of your dogs. They will let you know when they're around. And I said, bring your dogs in at night. And I said, other than that, with no young kids, I said, I can't say that they'll come around. I really believe with all my heart that I never would have knew these creatures existed if I didn't have young kids here. They were not here for me. And their interest was in the children. I seen that when I took the kids away, when I brought them back. And there's some other things, like when the kids were gone and I would go stay at my friend Pete and Gina's for the night and come back, the dogs were that crazy during the daytime when I got back, howling towards the woods. It was almost like they were coming up to the woods to see if I was bringing the kids back or not. And when they realized the kids weren't with me, they turned around and leave. Because it doesn't happen when I go back and forth to town or I stay out of town for a day any other time, except for when the kids weren't here. No, brother, this ain't no fraud. Something to be gained when you try to fraud somebody out of something. And I tell you what, I ain't done nothing but a lot. I've done nothing but lose. I have not gained anything from this. I've gained friends, excuse me. Murray, David, Will Banks, Troy Hudson from the Native Oklahoma Bigfoot Research Team. I've definitely come out with good friends through this experience. But as far as everything else, it cost me. So, it seems like fraud implies some type of monetary gain, which I promise you there has been none of that. I don't even monetize my videos anymore. Just because it ain't worth it to me. It ain't worth it for me to have y'all sit through a damn video to see something that I put up. For what, 50? So I got $54 since November of last year. Shit, I can't even go out to damn Chili's and get what I want and have a couple of damn drinks on that money. So it ain't worth it to me. So I started demonetizing all my videos, but just a few, and everything that I put up over the last few weeks, there's no monetization on those videos. So if I'm frauding somebody, it's something I'd like to know what it is, especially if I leave it here behind. And I tell you one thing about it. Let me just reiterate to y'all. Y'all have never heard me say, please like and subscribe to my channel. Those of y'all that have followed me for a long period of time, y'all know my feelings on that. I don't give a shit if you follow me. I don't give a shit if you subscribe. I don't give a shit if you believe me. One day this might become relevant in your life. I'm here to plant a seed. Maybe one day it'll come in use to you. So I've never been worried about subscriber count, subscriptions. I'm not pimping mugs or t-shirts or hats or none of that shit. Nothing to say about the guys that do. But I come into this with a different mission from the beginning, and to share what I have been dealing with since 2019, to make other parents aware. I know that other people are doing their shows and they got microphones and they got more expenses and things and set out to have a internet show on YouTube and things like that. That's never been my intention. My longtime followers know that I've been going live here recently and never been live before that, really. And so, anyway, I get on that stuff. But if y'all want to like and subscribe to people, go check out Cornell, No Such Thing Podcast, David, Bigfoot and more. Some new people that I've been following for about the last year, but they've been in this a lot longer than I have. That's the Squatch Ranger. Ryan runs that YouTube page. He's a member of the Native Oklahoma Bigfoot Research Organization. A good friend of mine that I met through this ordeal. That the police called the Bigfoot organization on my behalf, and they called Troy. And Troy was out here December 27th, 2019, the very next day. God bless him and thank him for all of his help and advice. And so y'all make sure y'all follow the Squatch Ranger and Cornell and David. I know most of y'all do. And everybody already knows about Bigfoot Odyssey and WTF. Boy, we was clowning WTF last night on the chat. God, man, I was having to be a ball. I was having a good time. And well, Mark said he's gonna go back and edit the chat. I'm like, man, let that chat ride. But we had a blast last night. I tell you. Uh, anyway, forgive me, Lord. Guys, I appreciate every one of y'all. Nada, Murray, Miss D, Janice Blake, you got Hiker X, Strangeland, just so many have been there. Y'all been in my email, my inbox on Messenger and stuff, and Russell over at WTF, and just want to say thanks to Carrie and for coming out, spending the time, the effort, the money to come out here and shoot that documentary, to tell my story. As much time as it takes to drive out here to shoot that footage, the expense that comes along with that, and all the time editing that stuff together and everything, that's a big time project. And I thank Carrie and them for doing that. And I appreciate David. David, you see this, brother, I love you. I called David all the time, stuff would happen, and he was somebody I could talk to when all this stuff was really getting hectic. And same for Troy Hudson. So I tell you, when you're thrown into this, it's like being drafted into the military at wartime. One day you're sitting on the porch, next thing you know, they're dragging you off and you got splinters under your fingernails and you're going to war. I was drafted into this. And I had to educate myself as fast as I could possible. I say Bigfoot night classes. Went to night school for Bigfoot. Had to cram as much information and behavior stuff that you read about so I knew what to look for. And I tell you what, if it wasn't for people like Joe, Troy Hudson, and David Wilbanks, I don't know if I could have made it. I don't know where I would have been just being, to try to keep it together. To try to just talk myself down and keep it putting fucking explosives in the woods and shit like some people suggested. I tell you, it got so bad the way you just like all the conventional stuff and the tips that some people are telling you, like you ask them to leave it and they don't. You know, they need a laugh track to go with that sometimes, I think, when you ask them to leave it, they hit the laugh button. But it's good folks like that that had knowledge of these creatures that shared it with me. David, researcher 25 years, just having him to be able to talk to and call. And I remember trying to tell him to try to break it into him about some of the woo shit that was starting to happen. The lights and the shit around the pool and the shadow figures and stuff coming up to the horses and just numerous stuff, man. And the woo stuff was always, for a minute there, was kind of like real taboo. It was like, which is kind of crazy because I never would have believed Sasquatch was real, but I moved my believability line further back but I wouldn't take into consideration these other accounts like Mind Speak and things like that. And I've still never experienced Mind Speak, by the way, but I started seeing other stuff like the orbs and a dog chasing something. I couldn't tell what it was, whether it was Sasquatch or not. I don't know. But I know whatever he was chasing, I couldn't see it. Saw a bit of it, but it was like rolling smoke. But I can't say it's a Sasquatch because I didn't see it materialize into Sasquatch form. But, there's been just so much of it. But I tell you, if it wasn't for the support of you guys that show up, that comment, your prayers, your well wishes, and the people that actually physically come out here to this property to lend a hand, I don't know what I would have done if I tried to tackle this on my own. If I didn't reach out to try to find answers and get help, I don't know how this would have, what the ending would be to this. I just want to tell you all I'm so grateful. Just having people there that believe you and support you and put positive comments, that are praying for you, that are considerate of your situation, it makes it so much easier to deal with this stuff when you've got that support group that shows up for you. Like, I didn't even plan on going live. I hit live, bam, I got 48 people on here. God bless y'all, man, for being there for me and my family. And people like, well, Miss D, and I know I'm not trying to pick on Miss D, but she's like, well, Mark, I thought you didn't like this Bigfoot still. Why do you keep showing up in chat? And she just picking at me. Love her to death. I'm there for the people, the friendships that I made, the people that have pointed out stuff in my videos and photographs and stuff and sent it to me that's taking the time, like Murray, to take my videos and play them in slow motion and look at them through binoculars on his TV set and keep doing that for me and give his input. That I truly take that stuff to heart, because I'm gonna tell you what, when Murray first showed up on this channel, he was a critic. He didn't necessarily, I won't say he didn't necessarily believe me, but he was skeptic. And that's why I reached out to him. He made a comment, I believe, if I got this right, Murray. He said, I wish I had the original footage to look at. I said, send me your email address to this and I'll send it to you. And that's how it started with Murray. I started sending him copies of stuff to look at, get his opinion on, because he was a skeptic. And he just didn't believe everything that, because I've been wrong several times about stuff that I thought might have been something, and I run it by people and realize that I was wrong, and y'all just don't ever see it or it gets took down. So folks like that invest their time, their effort to help me, I ain't truly in y'all's debt. I thank y'all. I gotta get going. I gotta get this trailer hooked up. Still gotta get my refrigerator loaded. I gotta get back to the motel room, get that loaded, and then we gotta get to Arkansas and get it unloaded. It's gonna be a hell of a long day. Guys, I love y'all. And I thank the supportive group that's been here. And I can't tell you how much it means to me and my family. If anybody ever needs anything, like I said, things come to me. There's stuff that I forget that's happened out here, and I'll be going through stuff on my laptop. I'm like, oh, I forgot I even got that video. And I might post some of that stuff up, or like I said, I'm going to put my Google photos together and videos and let it tell a story on its own. And so I'll post occasionally, but it won't be from Oklahoma anymore. Tell you one mistake that I made is not looking low to the ground for these creatures. Did you hook up that trailer?
Okay, but I'm not through with you.
I'm not going nowhere.
Okay, okay, bud.